Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. Did you know the Lakers played the Clippers tonight in Summer League? I thought the Summer League was done. I literally thought that was the last game. I was even telling all you guys I thought it was the last game, but it's not. An hour from now, we play the 3-1 Clippers. I don't know if that means they're in the playoffs for the playoffs. I don't think they are. I thought it was only 4 teams left, and I'm pretty certain I was not naming the Clippers as one of them. So I don't know how this is set up in the Summer League. I'm trying my very best to keep up. And I'm failing to, apparently, but we play tonight. Who all's going to be available to play, that is still up in the air for me. Like I said, I just literally found out that game is happening. But one thing I'm looking forward to seeing is just hopefully we have an understanding of who we want to play, who we want to keep on the team. At this point, we've seen enough. We know who we want to invite to camp. We know who we would rather not, I think, at this point. And so one guy that stepped out in front of the pack in the last game amongst a lot of struggling was LJ Figueroa with the big time putback, and had a couple of really nice buckets in the paint, stringing together a surge where there was no offense to be found for the LA Lakers. So I thought that he earned a camp invite for sure. And you know, really, I think the whole team, the whole Summer League team was good enough to be in the, you know, an invite, to have an invite for the Summer League, to be honest with you, for the training camp. I think that all of those guys should really be a part of our G League squad. I think most of them probably are anyway. So yeah, that's what I like. I think we see continuity there, even with the G League squad. The guys have been there for a couple of years, who are still involved with the franchise, still trying to grind it out and find their way to the NBA. So this will give them yet another opportunity on a big stage to show what they could do, and hopefully they can have a good start to their careers, all of these guys. You know, I'm not sure who's all going to stick around, but like I said, LJ Figueroa is a guy who did some good things. Damian Abba is a guy I don't expect to see make the team, but definitely did some good things out there. Kaleta Jones. It was a few other guys. A guy by the name of Hamilton. You know, those guys are going to get a chance to play tonight, I'm sure. And so those are the guys that I don't expect to see on the squad. But just about everybody else probably make the team at some point, or we'll see in purple and gold for the big squad one way or another one day. I wonder about Cole Swider too. A lot of people are down on him, including myself to a degree. So I don't know. I really don't know how this works. I know he's already had a two-way. I don't know if it could be revoked. I have no idea how that works. So I love what I've seen from Fudge. Love what I've seen from all those guys, and of course the main Laker guys, the rookies that we just drafted. You know, Castleton included in that. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a main Laker, especially since things that are going on with Christian Wood seem to be too positive in regards to us possibly acquiring him. As I talked about earlier on a video, it seems like Mark Cuban wants to do a sign and trade with Christian Wood. I don't know if he'll be able to be successful in doing so, but I don't expect the Lakers to be involved in that. For a multitude of reasons. So as far as I can tell, we still need to get a center. Maybe Bismack Biyombo, somebody we start looking at even more seriously now if we can't get Christian Wood, or we just wait this thing out with Christian Wood, see if they actually get a sign and trade with someone else. I doubt it. I don't think Christian Wood is going to get much more than the minimum, not only because people think he's worth the minimum, but because people are aware that is all he's been offered. So why would you do anything for sign and trade unless it absolutely gets garbage off of your books? That's the only reason why anybody would do a sign and trade for Christian Wood at this point. The price tag has just been too loud over the last several weeks. Everybody knows what it costs to get him. So that's really what it comes down to. You just wait that out. It's the same thing I said about Chris Paul, but somehow the Wizards were able to move Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors. So maybe it does pay for Mark Cuban and company to just hold out and see what happens if they get that sign and trade going, because there are teams out there who are willing to do things that don't look very conventional to me, and I think that's the kindest way I could put it. So yeah, I think that I really believe the Lakers are in a position to get a center, but also have to expand their list. Just like I told Dame Lillard to expand his list, the Lakers got to expand their list past Christian Wood, because it looks like Christian Wood's going to be somebody who probably won't be available right away. I don't know how soon Dame is going to get traded. A lot of that goes on with him, and PJ Washington also is out there. Probably will have to do with that trade and how it plays itself out. So I don't know what they're going to do there. Is there any chance Christian Wood goes back to Dallas? I don't think he would want to be in Dallas. I don't think they're going to pay him. But a sign and trade, I don't know it's going to happen. So if he takes a minimum, I'd imagine he takes it with the hometown squad, Lakers, and that happens to be us. So that's why I think we waited out. We definitely do not get involved in any sign and trade. We don't. I think that's a mistake on every level. Involving Vanderbilt in this deal is stupid. It's just stupid. Nobody's with it. I've taken the temperature on Laker Nation. We're pretty much almost unanimous on that one. No. We want to get Christian Wood for what we are supposed to get him for, minimum, basically. And if we sign him to that, we got a discount that makes our team fuller. If we have to give up stuff to get Christian Wood, that's like at absolute best a lateral move, absolute best. And it doesn't fit us. I know the only positive to that is you get Christian Wood's bird rights. Whoop-de-doo, I don't think anyone cares. So that's really where we at with that, man. Sorry, Christian. If you ain't coming in on the minimum, I ain't supporting it. It's just where we're at with it. You want more money, you got to play your value up, man. Get up here and outplay Jackson Hayes for that spot. Get back to who you were as a Rocket, and you can get back to the money. But as far as I can tell, the market dictates what the price tag is, and paying a single coin more for a guy that nobody's going after makes absolutely no sense. Who we look like, Dallas? With Dwight Powell? No, we are not Dallas with Dwight Powell. So we're going to wait that out. So that's really my take on things, man. I'm ice cold when it comes to this team, especially when I know people are trying to run game. And that's exactly what that looks like to me. And I encourage everybody to watch my video that I made to Dallas, questioning some things that they're doing right now. So yeah, that's where my head is with them. But as far as we're concerned, I mean, hey, it's a matchup against the Clippers. I wanted us to beat the Boston Celtics, who came out here, got smacked around. It would be great if we could beat the other team that we can't stand in this summer league and hopefully get a victory. But their record's better than us, so I'd expect for them to go crazy. Kobe Brown looks like a madman out there, just like I told people well before he was drafted. This dude is much better than the second round or where he was drafted. I told y'all that a month before the draft. When I found out who he was and watched enough footage on him to know who he was, I was like, oh, man, this is one of those guys where on draft night, I'm telling y'all, he's twice as good as what they're telling you he is. So him going in the first round at the 30th pick where people were saying, why did he reach? Yeah, that wasn't no reach. When you see what this dude can do, you'll understand that wasn't no reach. So that Kobe Brown is going to show us tonight. And, you know, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be very tough. That's a big dude with a lot of versatility. And we've shown that we don't have a whole lot to throw at those guys with our Summer League squad. People like that, Jordan Walsh ate our lunch. It's probably going to be more of the same with Kobe Brown. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But that's okay because, you know, our Summer League team don't have to be any good. What they have to be is just continuing to progress. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. This guy's progressing. Jalen Hood-Schifino's three-point shot was what was on display in a very negative way in the last game. Several guys were just jacking up three-point shots to no end. I think it was Damian Ba or I don't know which one it was. It might have been Damian Ba or Demoy Hodge. One of them was like 0 for 9. So hopefully we can see a much better display from behind the arc from our Summer League Lakers. We don't like bad three-point shooting. Not as it pertains to missed shots, but it just volume three-point shots. When they miss is a problem. Take it inside and let's get some easy buckets. And so that's what I would be telling the kids out there. It's going to suck not having Max Christie out there, but at the end of the day, we're at the end of Summer League. Most teams don't have their best player out there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers said Kobe Brown, to be honest with you. It's just one of those times where you just, when you realize somebody's good enough to play on the big team and you really want them to be a part of your Summer League and regular squad, it's probably the best if you don't have a championship on the line to just pull those players out of there. So I don't know what to expect, but I would not be mad at the Lakers for doing the same thing with the guys that we know are going to make the team. Jalen Hood-Schifino may not get a lot of minutes tonight. Max Lewis, they haven't been giving him a lot of minutes anyway, so I don't know what's going on there. But, you know, I would not be surprised either way as it pertains to rotations. They haven't been overly effective in having us play well, I don't think. Now, I don't know if that's by design or not. You know, it's a lot of different things that coaches want to see in the Summer League, but I don't think we've went out there with the intention of just overcoming the next team. Not so much. More so just trying to see what we can look at in regards to our very own small ball lineup, stuff like that, that it's not going to yield to you any success out there. So that's what it is, man. We're continuing on the small ball train, it seems, and I hope it doesn't carry into the regular season, because if it does, it will look just like it always does. Bad. So, I don't know, man. I love that I'm starting to have an open mind about certain things that work on a basketball floor. I've seen certain small ball lineups succeed. I've heard the experts explain certain positives that happen with the lineup. I just don't. It doesn't work with my eyes. It doesn't pass the eye test, I guess is what you could say. For those who say it's so effective, my eyes don't tell me that. I'm sorry. 9 out of 10 times, small ball is a disaster. So that's just what I have to say about it. I hear you, but I can't see it. So the end of that. So yeah, man. Hopefully, I guess what's on my mind is Jalen Hood-Schifino. Hopefully he can get back to being a poised point guard out there instead of jacking up bad three-point shots. I was really disappointed in that. I just don't like that from players who are not particularly strong at the three-point shot, but they want to throw them at the rim all the time. No, bro. It, just like I said at the end of the video about that game, you're revealing to other defenders that you are someone to play off of, and that's going to create spacing problems for other players on your team. And with this being an Anthony Davis, LeBron James squad, that cannot be the case. We can't have a point guard that's being played off of Westbrook style. It just ain't going to happen. So if Jalen wants to be that point guard for the Lakers, he's going to have to learn early that three-point discipline is going to be his key to staying our point guard. Because I'm telling you, if he gets to a point where they can't put you on the floor with Bron and AD, you become expendable. It's that simple. And so that's what I tell him. This is a very serious thing. Do not be jacking up three-point shots while wearing purple and gold. Unless you know that you are somebody that's going to hit them very well. If you are profiled as a three-point shooter, then you shoot threes. But here, if you're not, it becomes a situation where can we play you with the big dogs? And if not, what are we developing? And can we get more for you? And so that's what it's going to be. It's just simply going to be what it is. If we're not developing him to be our starting point guard with Bron and AD, I don't know how the front office is going to view him in the short term. I just don't know. So that's what I'll say about Jalen Hood-Schifino. I like him, but that three-point shooting can't be bad. It can't be bad, fam. So that's what I'll say. That's pretty much the end of that. And Colin Castleton, though, he's been playing well, but these last couple of games, he's been exposed as somebody who can be pushed around and ultimately not the answer at the center position. Does that cap off what we think he's going to be ultimately? I don't know. I have no idea. It's too early to tell. But I do know that for him to be limited shooting the ball, he can't be so much limited physically, if that makes any sense, and expect to be getting starters minutes and as a center in this NBA. You gotta either be strong enough to push people around or good enough to create space for your teammates and draw gravity away from others. Those are two key things that must be in my mind in regards to this league. As a center who really wants some minutes. So he's going to have to get stronger. He's going to have to get stronger. He's going to have to be able to deal with some of these dudes who are going to be pushing him around with much heavier weight. And we're going to probably rely on him this year, especially if we end up with Christian Wood as our center. We're going to need him. I'm just telling you right now. Unless we're going to punt defense in certain rotations, which I don't think is going to lead to us keeping leads, we're going to either have to sign a Bismack Biyombo or play Colin Castleton. Because I'm telling y'all, Christian Wood might as well be a power forward. We might as well not even start him at the center, honestly. Might as well not even put him there. Which might not be the worst idea, by the way, because I'm brainstorming. You let AD play the 5, you're going to put him on the floor. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But the point is, when AD ain't on the floor, I need somebody who can play some damn defense down there next to him at all times. That's why I'm okay with him not becoming a Laker, y'all. As we skip off into something else, I really am fine with this just not happening with Christian Wood, because I do look at him as almost a negative when he gets on the floor. Like, yeah, he can shoot the 3, yeah, that's cool, but he's going to give up like 6 points on the other end. For every 3 he make, he's going to just be letting layups happen, all this stuff is going to drive us crazy, and we just not going to like the player. Now, I could be tripping. I could be wrong, but that is what I've most recently seen from him playing for the Dallas Mavericks. So for me, it's like, they didn't want to play him, and I was very aware of why they decided to lose the Chicago game. It was because they didn't have any interior defense. And you're supposed to be somebody that we want to get when we need interior defense to help. I don't know that we're going to showcase him in a way that allows him to play up his value. I don't think so. Not really. Not honestly. Now, can he be a boost to certain things? It depends. on how ineffective his defense actually is. Because I'm out, man. I'm out. I'm sorry, I'm just out. It just is what it is. I'm out. But Colin Castleton, however, as we get back to him, I just say, I think that's why I'm out. Because if I look at who he's going to have to be next to potentially on the floor, I don't know who's going to help him defensively unless it's Anthony Davis. And if he ain't going to be Anthony Davis's backup because we need Anthony on the floor with him, then what the hell is he here for? You feel me? That's what it comes down to. Because I don't like Vanderbilt next to him because Vanderbilt's too small to guard any of these people that he's not going to be able to guard. So that's going to be a similar situation. Vanderbilt's better on the perimeter. Vanderbilt's better roaming like a safety in football. I don't need him trying to push around against people in the paint. Rui's going to help me with that, but I want to remove that from Rui's responsibilities because I don't want him to have to do that throughout the course of the regular season and playoffs. He's too short to be having to push up against these people like that. We need somebody who can do that. We need someone who can do that, and we don't have that player on the roster, and because of it, we're going to be asking people who shouldn't be doing that to do it, and that's going to lead us in a situation where we can find ourselves injured and not good enough to get where we want to go. So that is why I'm like, look, we probably should go ahead and do the Biyombo thing, man, because he's the answer in that way. As we go with Christian Wood, man, we're going to have other strengths and more of the same weaknesses that just do not make us a much better team in my mind. Not really. Not really. If we had another defensive center, then added Christian Wood, cool. Add Biyombo and Wood, cool. But just Wood, you got the same problem. It's almost like he's not a solution to that problem at all. Still need what he doesn't bring to the table. So yeah, no, I'm more so interested in filling both of those roster spots with players that can help us in the front court with the defensive end. By the way, speaking of front court help, defensive end, Jay Huff signed a two-way with the Denver Nuggets, and I know how good Jay Huff is and what it is I'm referring to, which kind of leaves me uncomfortable. Although I don't think Jay Huff is going to be that great of a player, that is what he specializes in. It's interior defense as a center. So yeah, maybe I'd rather have Jay Huff in this situation and just to have him on the roster right now. Make me feel a lot better. It really would. But I assume that the Lakers have a solution for the center thing. I know they don't want to pay for somebody that coach isn't going to play. I definitely agree with that. I don't want to overpay for a center that he's not going to use. So at the same time, I'm going to need that body though. I'm going to need that defensive presence in the paint. If my team is going to be as good as we're telling people we are, that piece needs to be here. Period. So, that's what's on my mind in regards to the LA Lakers. Kind of happy that we got a game in the Summer League tonight. Kind of looking forward to seeing whoever's going to be on the floor. Hopefully it's the guys I want to see. Hate to be selfish like that, but I really just want to see Jalen Hood-Schifino, Max Lewis, all my Lakers that I know are going to be on the team. That's who I truly want to see today. But you know, it's time for other guys to get opportunities, and this ain't about me. So whatever the case may be, whatever they trot out there, I'll be out there rooting for it. I'll be enjoying it regardless. But that's what it is, man. Looking forward to seeing Kobe Brown. Too bad we weren't able to grab him because that's one of my favorite players in this year's draft, and unfortunately he's going to be with the Ops. Damn Clippers. So that's pretty much that. We'll see what else they're trotting out there. I have no idea who else is on the Clipper team, to be honest with you. I don't know. But we will know by the end of this game, and hopefully we beat them. Hopefully we can do that for ourselves. So, yeah, is there anything else I want to say in regards to our team? No, just other than just I share the sentiment of everybody when I say we need a center, but we don't need to overpay for one. That's that simple. So, that's pretty much what I got to say. My name is BDL44. I thank you all for watching.